In this video, we're going to take a look at match play. So let's create a tour real quick with a small schedule. Let's just call it My Tour. I'll give myself a name, Mike Jones again. Now this time I want to give myself some WGR points to start off with, because match play tournaments are just limited to the top 64 WGR golfers. So if I start off with 0, I obviously would not be in the top 64. The match play tournaments cannot be any other field size than 64. It can't be 128 or 32. It's just limited to the top 64 WGR players. So we're going to give myself 250 points. That should give me enough to qualify for the tournament, because if I didn't, I would not qualify. And so let's go ahead and just create the Champions Tour players, and let's create our tour real quick. Okay, and let's just save the roster, and it's creating the tour. Okay, now let's play it. We have to create our schedule, so we're just going to create a small schedule for demonstration purposes. I'm just going to include just the match play tournament and then the tour championship, and we're only going to look at the match play tournament. So when it comes up in a moment, okay, we're going to initialize. We're going to use the PGA Tour because that's where I've got the match play tournament set up. Come down here, the Dell Technologies match play, and we got to put in the Tour Championship as the last tournament because we're using FedEx Cup Points competition. Now the World Championships golf match plays, when you set up the course for match play, the first 4 courses, that you can vary those courses to whatever you want, but the semifinal and the final have to be on the same course. So now it can be a different course than these 4, or you can mix and match, but the semifinal and the final will be on the same course. So let's save our schedule. Okay, and let's go play the Dell match play competition. We're ready to play the tournament. And like with stroke play, you set up the wind speed, green hardness, and green speed for all the rounds. We'll just leave it at random. And then it goes through the field selection. Like I said, it's going to be the top 64 WGR. So since you're entered, you can take the week off if you want and let somebody else play, but we're going to play so you can see us entering our score for match play. So no, we do not want to take the week off. We're going to set the round 1 conditions, again, just like you would in stroke play. Let's just leave it as is for now and just play round 1. So I get to put you have to put in all your scores because you don't know how many holes it will be to you either win or lose, or if it's going to go to a playoff. So you have to play all 18 or enter at all 18 scores. You can't just do it a hole at a time and then come back and enter some more. So we'll just put verify scores, okay, and we'll see how that works out against everybody else. Now the first round is a little bit slow because it's got to go through and calculate 64 players' scores, and it does it a little bit differently than a stroke play because the display is a little bit different. It's like a bracket. So there you go. I was actually the number 1 seed with the number of points I entered. That's amazing. But you can see how it comes out 4 and 3, 3 and 1 for all the top 64 players. You can come over here to MP round and actually look at the round details of how it went. See, I just entered my scores, but we were done by the 15th hole here. Retief Goosen had beat me 4 and 3. Now, if you notice, some of these are like all square. When they're all square, you have to go to a playoff. And so these 2 matches ended up all square, and so you have to have a playoff. We got a message that came up here that said some matches were all square, you have to conduct a playoff. So we'll click on conduct playoffs, and then the 2 matches that ended in playoff, ended all square, will do their playoff, and we'll see who wins. Okay, now those matches have been concluded, and we can see that David Frost won up and Glenn Day won 1 up. So we come back and we're ready to start our second round, and we just go through the same process again. Now I'm not playing because I got beat, so we'll finish it off so you can see how everything else goes. We we have to record the round first before we go back to the play the second round. I forgot to do that. So we got to record the round. Records the round. Now we could go back to the second round. Again, round 2. And it's going to start right in with the round conditions because this is now down to 32 players. See, 16 times 2, 16 matches, 32 players, and it matches up with the right seed. So the set conditions for the round, we'll leave it again the same, and it will go through and calculate round 2 scores. So give it a moment. There you can see it going on, calculating the round 2 matches. It's all done. Now in this case, see, no matches ended up all square, so we can go straight to recording the round. Look over here, look over here. No matches ended up all square, so we're good to record the round. So let's go ahead and record the round. Okay, now we can go and play the third round. Go back to setting the round conditions. And it's calculating the third round. Okay, we had some end up all square. Here we go. Mike Small and Michael Allen and Scott Parcell and Cliff Kresge. Those 2 matches ended up all square. So you see them over there in the playoffs. So let's conduct the playoff. If you were playing and you ended up in a playoff, then you would enter your scores, 18 holes worth just in case for playoffs, just like you would on a regular round. Those are completed. Record the round. Okay, we're ready to go back. Let's play round 4. Okay, set the conditions. And it's going on. Okay, take it just so you can see the different rounds. See round 1, round 2. Come over to the right, round 2 there, round 3, round 4 scores. Then we'll have the semifinals and the finals over there. A recap, we had an all square again. So we're going to conduct that 1 match as playoffs. Okay, we get ready to record the round. Let's record it. Okay, we're ready to go back. Now we're going to play the semifinals. Okay, rounds complete. Nobody ended up in an all square. Retief Goosen and Scott Parcell are going into the finals, which means Tom Watson will be playing against Doug Barron in the consolation. So we're going to go to this tour screen. Whoops, forgot again. Got to record the round. Now we can go back to the tour screen to play the finals. And you'll see the matches. Show Scott Parrell and Retief Goosen, and then Tom Watson against Doug Barron in the consolation finals. And that is done. It's complete. We see Retief Goosen won. So then we're all done. Here's the payouts right here and the FedEx Cup points and what golfers will get depending which round they were eliminated or what place they came in. So let's record the round for the match play. It's going to go through the same process as it does with stroke play, updating world golf rankings and statistics and stuff like that. Now, this being match play, I don't have the strokes for each round, stuff like that, individual golfers. That's only calculated in the stats from stroke play tournaments, so it's somewhat limited. So I'm going to end the video here because this is just going to go back to the end here, updating everything, and then after that it will go back. You can go back to the tour screen and play the next tournament.